Welcome back. We have another accessory to mount on a car today. My wife traded in her Jeep and we now have a brand new 2024 Kia Telluride, and we plan on taking a cross-country road trip this summer, so we're going to need some roof rails and a roof cargo box. I'm going to make two separate videos, so we're going to start with the rails and then I'll make another video for the cargo box. So this is a set of roof rails made to fit this car. They are not the same brand as the box. They are just something off of Amazon, relatively inexpensive. The brand name from these was Heka, H-E-K-A. So I did crack open the box just because it had a little mark there, but this will be my first time pulling it all out. Let's see what we got. There isn't a whole lot to it. Seems like it will not be very difficult. I picked this particular brand because the end plastics are gray, the bars are gray, all of our color on the car is gray, so I figured that would look good. So we get 4 clamps that are going to mount onto the roof rails of the vehicle, and then we got 2 crossbars. They are slightly different in length. The longer one will go to the front of the car, smaller one to the back of the car. They also have a airplane wing shape, so the rounded edge would go forward into the wind and the pointy end facing towards the back. I'm guessing I'm going to have to maybe trim this. It's a little long there. I have a knife out here. Some generic instructions, and there's our hardware. So we got 4 of these that will most likely be used somewhere in here on the ends. They give you an Allen wrench for tightening them down, and then this is to allow you to remove this. Maybe it was unlocked. Just like that. So this area here is where it's going to clamp onto the rail that's already on the car. There's some rubber padding in there for traction and so that you don't scratch everything up. You'll tighten this down with one of the supplied Allen wrenches. Obviously there's still something going on here. And then you cover this and lock it, so now they can't steal your rails off your car because they can't get to that screw. So I'm gonna take a look at these parts, get them all ready, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've opened them all up. They also have a direction front to back on them. As you can see, they have an arrow that points to the front of the car. So I'm going to orient my parts on the table as if it's going on the car. So the front is this way. So I'm going to put those here. Put these 2 here, because there's 2 of each, so that they all face the front, whether it's on the driver's side or passenger side. And then I got to pull all of these out and then start to put them together. I can loosely connect them without tightening them because of course it's adjustable based on the elongated slots for the width of the car. So I'm going to get everything loosely put together and then we will bring it up onto the car. So right now I'm just keeping them very loose so that I can adjust them. That's your little bit of travel there. Later on I'll trim this to length. I'm not sure how much will get covered based on where it moves. And because this is the slightly longer one, I'm going to move it like that so that it's just like the car behind me. Okay, so now one thing that I am going to show you over here on the car is I watched a couple of videos. I'm not sure who selected this number, whether it was Kia or someone else, but from the start of this little roof rail, it seems to be either 21 to 22 inches appears to be where they want this front one put, and I'm guessing that maybe that has something to do with the moonroof, so it's got room to open up. So I'm going to put my bracket right here. I put a little piece of tape on each side at the 21-inch mark. And then I'll put the bracket here. And then I will put the other one back here. Kind of just guessing. Doesn't really matter where it goes. But when I go to do the next video to install the roof box, it has a certain location that it wants them. So I will adjust the back one to meet what it wants. And then once I set the box up there, I will ensure that the box doesn't hit the antenna or the spoiler when you lift up the back. Okay, hold on. I just want to... All right, so we'll go ahead and set this on the car at that 21-inch mark. You can see that this little lip right here is going to tuck right under here, and then this backside just kind of squishes it to hold it in place. So I'm setting myself right behind the tape, and then I'm going to check the other side, make sure I'm at the same spot. Okay, so obviously the car manufacturer is going to have these in exactly the same spot, so if I'm on the same piece of tape, then I know I'm going to be square and facing straight ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down. I'm sure you don't have to absolutely crush it because, you know, it is got rubber in there, so it's squishy and also traction. Okay, yep, the brackets themselves are very secure, but of course the middle is still loose and wiggly. Let's go back to the table to show you how we're going to think. So currently, these are mounted up there nice and tight, but the middle is still loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to visually center it from side to side so that I'm not all the way out one way and in on the other side. I'm going to center it. I can kind of use the screws as a guide, or I can pull a measurement from the corner, and I'm just going to visually center it, and then all I got to do is tighten this, tighten those two, and then everything is secure. Then I will figure out where these go, and if I need to trim this, maybe they can just hang in there underneath that. But I'm gonna center that one, I'm gonna tighten that one, and I'm gonna set this one in place as far as that is and tighten it, and then we'll work on getting the caps on. This is my least favorite part of the whole thing. I absolutely hate this blue plastic they put on new stuff, because of course they put it on before they assemble stuff, so that blue plastic is around the edges. I hate that stuff. Okay, just tightening up the last one here. And one thing that I did, just to be safe, is I went in and I opened up the moonroof to ensure that it wasn't going to collide with anything. As you can see, I have it tipped up in the back. It looks like it's up pretty high, but I ran the box across here from one rail to the next, and there was about a ½ inch of clearance above that, so it is not going to collide. Now we can put on the caps. And you're not allowed to take the key out when it's in the unlocked position, because I suppose they're thinking ahead. They don't want it to get stolen. So all you do is, oh, and I left the rubber piece hanging long. I just kind of centered it from one side to the other, and I think it's just going to tuck into here, no issues at all. You just push it in there, twist it. That's it. It's on there. We'll do that 3 more times. That's it. So that concludes the roof rail crossbar installation. In real time, with pausing, that probably took maybe 20 to 25 minutes. If I was not recording and just going to get it done, I can use an Allen wrench just fine and a tape measure. That's like a 15-minute job. Maybe if you're not good at that stuff and you got a helper and you're figuring stuff out, boy, if you can make it take longer than ½ an hour, you must be trying. So it's pretty simple. I'd give it a 1 star on the difficulty scale. And I set up the back ones. I just pulled my tape measure from the front of this one to the back of this one, and I chose a nice number like 36. It really doesn't matter. You can spread them, put them wherever you'd like, based on what you're going to put up there. Might be a wire basket, a rack, might be skis, might be a kayak holder, whatever it is. So for now, I set it wherever I'd like based on 36. Now on the next video, when I install the roof cargo box, I may have to move this, but I won't know until I get into there and see what size it needs. All right, so far we've got 830 miles on this car, and we love it. So we give the car a thumbs up, we give the roof rails a thumbs up, and find my next video on the cargo box and watch that one too. Thank you.